Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Petit Coding. So last time we were integrating our framework with our main app, and we created a new workspace. So I'm going to open this new workspace. And then here, what I want to do is create a section just below this other section. I want to create another section, and I want to create a button with an action here like this. The action I'm going to say just right action here, and I'm not going to do the label or anything. I just wanna put the closure here, and I'm going to put text, and my text is going to be get date. And then I'm going to try to resume. And as you can see now on my preview, I have the get date here, and if I run the simulator, we will see that I have this button get date that does nothing yet. Okay. Still waiting. Okay, so I'm clicking it and it's not doing anything because I haven't wrote the action yet. And before writing the action, I wanna create another segment here. So I'm going to create another one with a section, and the text is please press get date. Please press get date. And if I resume here, I should get my other emblem, my other section here with the name. And if I run it, I have here. Okay. Now for the interesting part. Before doing that, I'm going to commit and saying push to remotes added the elements of a button and a text for the UI. Commit to files and push. Yeah, I'm going to commit and push both branches. So I want to make sure that whatever I wrote right here is just being the action of the button. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another state variable here, state private var, and I'm going to say this is text next date text field. Next date text field value, and I'm going to say first that please press get date. That's going to be the first thing that I'm going to do here. States, yeah, state, okay. And instead of that, I'm going to put the this itself dot next date field value. So this doesn't change anything on my preview on my previous here. And what I'm going to do now is once I do that, I'm going to say next date field value. I'm going to say button was pressed. I'm going okay. And now I'm going to run this with this play button over here so I can interact with my view here. And now if I press get date, you see it changes here. So this is working. And I'm just going to commit this. So let me stop this to save some RAM. Then I'm going to commit this and say verifying that action on button is being called. Commit one file and push. Okay, so now we're going to call the action from our framework, and most of you will think that we'll have to do something like this and say emblem data here, right? And then put like get next available date for emblem data, right? But actually, if I do that, I'm violating the dependency inversion principle. So I need to inject that over here. So what I'm going to do first is going to say that I'm having an emblem data here of type emblem data, right? And this is going to give me a lot of errors now. Command B. First of all, that I'm missing an argument here on my preview. So I'm going to say I'm going to instantiate that over here. Since this is a different, just only for the preview, it doesn't matter. And then I'm still getting a failure, and this time is because I'm the scene delegate. So let me get to the scene delegate just a moment. And in scene delegate is saying I'm missing an argument. So I'm going to say emblem data. Before I do emblem data, I need to import my emblem data calculator module here. And then I'm going to say let emblem data equals emblem data. And now on my content view, I can put my emblem data here and I can pass it in my emblem data. Now what I did here with this, I injected the dependency of the emblem data, so my application is not dependent on that emblem data. So if something changes or something like that, I can just change this emblem data at any time, and I can change for anything I want next and put a different one. Okay? So that's making the app modular. Now let me see. I think I need this like here. And then if I resume here, I'm getting the same app with this. Now what I want to do is on that action, I wanna get the self dot my emblem data dot get next available date for emblem, and this is my emblem index self dot emblem index, right? And the date is now the current date that I have now. Okay? And I want all of this to be, instead of button pressed, I want to be that, right? And I can delete the action from here. And if I command B here, I'm getting an error and says the date cannot be cannot assign the date to type string. So since this is giving me a date, I'm just going to put description. Since that's the description of the date and that's a string, and it should be working now. Now let's see. I think this is interacting now, right? So let me just do a play. When it's playing, it means it's interacting, and I put get date, and I get the date for the next fighter emblem. You see, and if I put tank, I get the date for the next tank emblem. And if I put like assassin here, I get the next date for assassin emblem, being passing in our date that is the current date now. Now, what do you see that's something wrong? This is in UTC format. So this is the correct date, but it is in UTC format. And also 2020-10-003 is not how we had it on the introduction example. So we need something else to make this work and be friendly to the user and not display all these messages like this. That will require a little bit of coding on the other part, and it will require some coding on the framework and getting another, instead of an emblem date calculator, an emblem date formatter, So I can change the format of this date and display it as friendly as possible, and using the time zone that it is, the current time zone I'm having for the localized time. And we will see all of that in the next series and on the next video. So okay, before ending this, I'm going to commit this. I'm going to say added action from framework to work on the UI. Commit 2 files and push, commit and push. And it's very cool because this function is already tested. So we don't need to test that. The only thing we need to do is test the next format dates that we're going to be receiving when we are receiving a date description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and push that notification bell so you can receive notifications every time I post a new video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.